Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We're live in Houston where the Rockets have home court advantage. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then it's Vujacic. Then it's Anthony. And it's Calderon in the point guard position. Here's Harden. No good with the layup.
Hey guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to
Nasty. Absolutely.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks.
I tell you
there.
what, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that one again.
Deflects the pass and stolen by Ariza. Here's Beverly. Second chance shot. And the layup is up and in. Maniunas has got his first points in this one. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Harden kicks to Maniunas. Ariza has the open look. Here's Howard. And he dunks it down.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up, pigeon.
That's good from Ariza on the assist by Harden.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Calderon. Here's Vujacic. Maniunas grabs the miss.
Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year. Just lacked any real presence in the paint. And lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
Here's Anthony. Can't get it to go. Good D by Ariza. And two free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
That's his first personal foul.
You know, with the Knicks, they were second to last in field goal percentage from their front court. Granted, they were hit by injuries. It seemed like all over the place all season.
Yeah, you know, with that poor field goal percentage shooting and being top 3 in field goal attempts on the year, not a good combination.
Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for New York. Grant comes in for Jose Calderon.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
It's stolen by Anthony. Aflalo, the pass to Anthony. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Anthony's got his second bucket.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
They recover it. Howard dishes to Harden. Goes back up.
And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Houston. And New York with a change here, too. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Robin Lopez. Ariza kicks to Beasley. Here's Anthony. Aflalo, no good. Houston leading by 5. Taken away by Anthony. Here's the break. And here we go. The feet to Serafin. Pass to Aflalo. Three-pointer. Again, a follow missing.
You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him, but with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
Houston making a switch here. Capella's checked in. And then for New York, Derek Williams, he checked in for Porzingis. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Carmelo Anthony.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game.
Here's Beverly. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. And getting back to Carmelo last year, that team really became devoid of talent. In some games, Greg, in games that he played, he seemed like their only scoring option.
You know, we talk about needing a big three to compete for a championship. And for over half the season last year, Knicks basically had a big half. I mean, because Carmelo missed that half. And when the deck is stacked against you like that, sometimes it's better to fold your cards and live to play another day. And that's really what Carmelo did.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. Grant kicks to Afflalo. Shot clock at 5. Cuts off the pass.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Rockets lead by 8. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
A lot of times, the team that owns the paint is going to come away with the victory, and that's what they've done here thus far.
Yeah, why change the plan until they make you? And that's where they should continue to attack moving forward, going inside.
They've got Beasley. Terry is out there with McDaniels. Then there's Howard. And it's Brewer in the small forward position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. Here's Lopez, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Dwight Howard.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got in good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And no doubt the Rockets were one of the faster-paced teams in the league last year. When you have the firepower they do, you want it to become a scoring fest.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Monty Eunice is checked in for Beasley. Ariza comes in for Brewer. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jason Terry. And a fast break now for New York. Anthony leading the charge. The Knicks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
James Harden, he's checked in for Houston.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Vujacic dishes to Anthony. New York moving it around. And the shot is good.
A lot of the wins for the Rockets, guys, I thought last year came from just wearing down their opponent. I mean, you can keep up with their pace for a quarter, maybe 2, but it's very hard to sustain it for 48 minutes shot for shot.
Here's Ariza. Another miss by Houston. Knicks trail by 6. And it's Anthony at the elbow.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Harden, no good.
I like that creativity, double clutching to catch the defender on the way down. I can go for that.
Calderon, no good.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
The offensive rebound. Howard. Lopez with the block. And it's Beverly missing. For New York, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Here's Calderon. Off with the layup. Rockets leading by 6. Reza passes to Harden. Odiunas has the open look. The three-pointer, no good.
And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand, but freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And you guys, he was once considered a tweener, but now I think Derrick Williams has kind of settled in to that 4 position. Seems to be the best position fit for him at this stage of his career.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in, and it's Beasley in for Odiunas.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
Last year, Williams did find a nice niche playing the 4. Still, his minutes and numbers, Clark, remain low.
Well, it's unfair because he was drafted so high, top 5 when he came out, and I don't think he'll ever live up to that draft position. The highlight dunks are great, but he's got to find other ways to continue to grow.
It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. So we'll see Jaren Grant go to the line here. That one is on Beasley. Catching up on the changes for Houston. Brewer is checked in for Ariza. KJ McDaniels comes in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Knicks trail by 8. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And it's good.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
That's good. Now just a 4-point Rocket lead.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. The Rockets on top, up 4. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants. And in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
And that's where his points were coming from. I mean, the defense has to do a much better job of challenging him at the rim.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
You know, we talk so often about making your teammates better, and his ability to see the floor and then make those passes on time in that first half was the key.
Boy, I tell you what, they say he's not a playmaker, but he certainly has fooled me with the way he's performing right now.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Kurt Rambis. We've got Robin Lopez. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then it's Vujicic. And it's Calderon in at the 1. Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6, when I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th and was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
Dishes it to Harden. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
And with the Rockets' last postseason, their trip to the conference finals was as far as they would go. Went out to the Warriors in 5 games. Most of them, though, close ones. I think most fans were pleased with how far the team went last year in spite of all the injuries. Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
And the Knicks making a change here. Williams is checked in. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Lopez. Knicks trail by 5. And they're running. Nice shot by Vujicic. Vujicic has got 4 points this quarter.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Aaron Aflalo, who's checked in for New York. Rockets leading by 3. Here's Beverly.
James Harden, clearly the front runner for the best shooting guard in the NBA, arguably in the conversation for the best player in our league. And listen, he's a league leader in scoring a season ago. He's a one-man wrecking crew offensively.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Houston. Brewer comes in for James Harden. Beverly, the pass to Brewer. And he uses the glass on the layup. Brewer's got his 2nd basket of the game.
You know, it's a plus to get good looks in the paint. And when you can get them, you got to score them.
Grant kicks to Galloway. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Beverly wide open. And it's off from 3-point range. Knicks trail by 5. And pushing it up here. Capella's checked in. And it's McDaniels in for Trevor Ariza. The Knicks also changing it up. Lopez comes in for Kevin Seraphin. And it's Porzingis in for Williams.
I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there. I'll bet he didn't either, as good a foul shooter as he is.
Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
Afflalo sinks it from just inside the baseline.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
Over in the corner, McDaniels. It's rebounded by New York. Lopez has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
The Knicks hit on 6 of 9 at the line. The first free throw is good.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on as the season grew older. More and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
For Houston, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. Here's Terry, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Rockets have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
Only 71% from the line last season, and rest assured they're hoping to bring those numbers up this year.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Afflalo left side. It's taken away by Brewer.
Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here. Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Grant against Terry. He kicks to Brewer. And stolen by Afflalo. Here's Galloway. Finished off the break. Galloway's got it all tied up now for the Knicks. It's a tie game here in Houston. And don't go backcourt. Trevor Ariza out there with Beasley. And it's Howard in at the 5 down low. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Vujacic kicks to Anthony. Gives them the lead. Anthony's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th to the Knicks. And he gets it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Harden. Baseline try. Howard. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. And the Rockets lead by 2.
And really at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds from putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
And now Doris Burke from the sidelines.
Hey guys, well, Kurt Rambis had some advice for the team in that last break. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
Here's Harden. It's rebounded by New York.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard.
Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Leaves it is Damani Yunus. Taken away by Anthony. And slam dunk by Anthony.
I don't have time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I'm...
How How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
8-second violation.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. The Knicks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Calderon. It's rebounded by Houston. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. The Rockets again can't hit.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Nice shot by Vujacic.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Here's Harden. The shot is off. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Yunus grabs the miss. Yunus has got 4 rebounds in this game. And the basket by Harden.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that. The defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And the dunk by Lopez.
A room service dime by Jose Calderon.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. On the pass to Beverly. Misses off the right iron.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.